Update 0.2 for Assetto Corsa Evo's early access is officially here, so let me take you through everything that you need to know about it in a full breakdown. To start with, let me go over the new content added. So they've added Koto with both the GP and national layouts, and Donington Park with GP and national layouts, 2 new tracks. They've also added some cars, so the Alfa Romeo 75 Turbo Evoluzione, the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTA, the Lotus Exige V6 Cup, the Honda NSX R92R, the Maserati GT2, the Mazda Miata MX-5 NA, and the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.5 964. As for the gameplay, it has been altered so you have a choice to play in career or open mode. Career mode will be the previous progression mode without any back-end dependency on gameplay flow. In open mode, the dealership is an open source of cars for customizing and adding them to the player's local garage. There is no limitation to access and customization options. Open mode also has persistence on locally customized and saved cars. And the All Cars button in open mode car selection allows quick selection of all cars in game and also moving them into the garage if the player would like a customized example. In the initial startup, it will prompt you to create a profile and select the desired mode. After that, you can switch between the modes at any time. Special events will still require an online connection, and as part of ensuring the game is balanced fairly from an economy perspective, they have had to reset the progression for academy licenses, etc. For physics, they've re-enabled fuel, battery consumption, and the gearbox damage. The Lamborghini and Lancia car data fixes and tweaks have been implemented as well. They've fixed electronic setup settings not transferring to track. They've also worked on dynamic track physics, graphics, relation, and updates. They've also done handling and setup updates to the Camaro ZL1 and the ZL1 1LE variant. They've also fixed the gear shift audio event for automatic gearbox. For UI, they've added input filters to vehicles' UI pages to listen to appropriate functions on each given page. There's a fix for flickering caused by the thumbnail creation on car purchase. The controls page now has an input poll for itself, solving the UI input filtering. There's now a controls page cancel button. They fixed in-session controller navigation issues. There's fixes to controller navigation and focus in showroom controls. There's localization updates for all languages. They've added a soft configuration to controls page so it responds without applying. The car customization, there's a reject rim design on pending design mismatch, fixing the entry duplication. They've done a fix to Fuji track preview images gone missing in some cases. They've added a video settings tooltips. They fixed invalid laps being displayed as best lap in timetables. They fixed a VRAM leak caused by the UI engine causing degrading performance over time. They fixed issues with input devices not sent to the UI and other input related woes. There's a slider, the keyboard controller control for dual handle sliders, and a UI game mode toggle button height adjustment, start position slider, visibility correction. They forced the UI confirm and cancel to on release to simplify input binding. They fixed the car flickering in the radar. For the paint shot, there's a mismatch protection for rim selection due to unresponsive game clients. The race weekend and grid customization has been enabled. The replay gallery has been enabled. There's new weather and preset icons. The car thumbnails updated capture scene with contact shadows and adjusted spacing. The showroom, they fixed the dash display turning off when customizing rims and parts on the car. There's a pit stop timer on the HUD now. They've implemented car setup load, save and delete. There's improvements to the radar widget. They've added black curtains on transitions. The car controls widget is added in the main menu. The track selection maintained between game modes when possible. And they fixed the predicted and delta finish line spikes as well. For gameplay, they've added the open and career modes. The career mode flow now independent of back-end connection. They've added the remove vehicle functionality in the open mode garage. There's a new custom grid logic and page with car categories. So ICE, EV, hybrid and performance index, aka PI. There's several fixes in the pit limiter usage and acceleration and braking. They fixed special event starting time going forward with time spent in menu. They've removed the randomization of grid on session load. They fixed a bug in track limits causing AI opponents driving zigzag lines. They've improved the pit lane exit spline, so the ideal line transitions. They fixed the end of session timers. For the ideal line, they've changed the coloring to be more helpful for inexperienced drivers. They fixed the Suzuka East using the wrong pit lane spline. They fixed the Suzuka East track limits through T1 as well. The crowd density dependent on the session in order: practice, warm-up, qualify, and then race. They've improved the OEM opponent car color randomization on grid. The black-orange flag now resets on restart session. They've adjusted timelines for Brands Hatch, Mount Panorama, Fuji, Suzuka according to real-life finish lines. They've improved the pit box visibility, now reflecting status with the hologram color. They've also improved the automatic wipers speed levels, now better adjusting to the actual amount of rain on the windshield. For AI, the Quick Race and Race Weekend UI offers improved control of the AI setup, including a range slider for the general AI skill used to select the driver opponents. As preparation, they've introduced the opponent's behavior control, which will replace the aggressiveness sliders from previous titles. At the moment, only the default behavior safe is selectable, which is the known algorithm and behavior with fairly safe settings. They fix AI cars being teleported to the pit at the end of the session. They fix a bug where the AI could be dragged into pit exit zones. They fix an offset bug on pit lane spline, causing AI drivers to not center the pit lane. The AI drivers have improved wall awareness in pit lanes now. The AI cars will not ignore cars standing, i.e. on the grids. They fixed the cooldown for AI behind the player. The pit lane spline exits are now merged into the ideal line at runtime, reducing violent steering. The pit lane spline entries are now forked from the ideal line at runtime, reducing violent steering as well. They've increased the precision, especially for the tendency to cut corners. They've updated all car and track base information and fine-tuning. There's a fix for immobilized AI cars when restarting session. They fixed the AI cars taking too long at the race start. They fixed AI cars braking too late for the pit entry. They fixed AI cars revving through pit stops. They've improved the AI race start behavior. They've also improved the braking calculation. For graphics, for graphic enhancements, they returned all current weather settings for all tracks, resulting in a less foggy overall look, better horizons, and dawns. There's tree material enhancements, mirror rendering now shows opponents' shadow decals, car dirt effects are now enabled, Fuji visual updates, Brands Hatch visual updates, Suzuka visual updates, and Mount Panorama visual updates. They've also tweaked visual ride height of several cars. They've adjusted the VW Golf 8 rim offsets. There's global VRAM optimization. They've updated the Ferrari 296 GTB and the Audi RS3 dash display. They've adjusted the simple car mirror capture areas. The light stage now auto opens pop-up lights. The wiper vignette effect is now a gradual effect per rain intensity. They've enhanced the filmic AA options, improves visuals for objects with sky backgrounds such as trees and wires. The texture stream priority to prioritize certain environment textures such as Fuji Mountain to always load first. The sun shadowing on directional shadows and smooth fog based volumetric booster. The auto disabling of mirror in multi-mode now respects which side the driver is on, with center position driver no mirror is disabled by default. VSync now ignores the gameplay frame limiter. Switching to VR or triple screen mode no longer disables DLSS. They've improved the shadow culling heuristic at dawn and sunset. They've removed the ideal line from mirror rendering. They've removed jittering from non-MSAA filmic pass. The dash display emissive auto adjustment to take into consideration overcast. The column-mounted shifter paddle hidden when the steering wheel is hidden. And they've tweaked the visual tire flex effect. Now for graphics for VR. So they've added a VR TV camera set. The mirror capture mode now defaults to dynamic in VR. The runtime changes of video settings. They've enhanced the reflections. They've added DLSS. The new grass type for global. Fixed black glitch at horizon. And the idle screensaver sequence is disabled in VR. Now for triple rendering, they've fixed the cluster issues caused by the addition of the mono view on triple feature. They've added DLSS capabilities. Reworked the world matrix calculations to resolve positional issues. They fixed the volumetrics day-night transition. They fixed shadows popping. They fixed the Marshall animation. And they've also fixed the black glitch at horizon. Now for general optimizations. The Z pre-pass, they've optimized the mirrors and cube map rendering. They've optimized loading times. They've reduced the VRAM usage after loading. They've optimized global illumination memory footprints. They've optimized the tiling culling, UI, platform and VRAM usage optimizations. The main menu UI textures are now compressed and sometimes shrunk 10 times texture memory save. The dash display textures now compress approximately 50% texture memory save. For graphics fixes, there's a fix for the diagonal line on the UI pages in VR and triples. There's a fix for marshals occasionally becoming frozen. They fixed the blurred shader functions, so tire, rim, disc not working in reverse. There's fixes to stuttering during gameplay. They fixed the undercar fake shadow disappearing above a certain number of opponents. They fixed the previous car's reflection image visible on disabled mirror. They fixed the dancing clowns issue. They fixed the denoise unshadowing factor. They fixed the hero shadow resolution with experimental shadow. They fixed the replay shadow for focus car. They've done a fix for rims jittering with DLSS. There's a fix for dynamic thumbnail inconsistency depending on sky type in source showroom scene. There's a car and windscreen dirt and damage states are reset on return to pits. Bodywork dirt resets only on session restart. There's a fix for internal raindrops going sideways on rear windows. The TV camera's movement is now paused when the game or the replay are paused. They've fixed some AMD glitches. They've done some improvements to shadow of drivable internal cameras. Now for audio, they've fixed the ABS indicator sound on the Lancia. They've restored the old default audio device when the audio has fallback on another device. They've removed the ramp volumes on audio changing options. They've improved the backfire logic. They've done some general fixes on volume and distance. They've done bodywork muted when teleport, fading on scene loading and player teleport. New sounds for the Lancer Delta HF Integral Evo 2. The Doppler effect for some audio events. They've increased the volume distance for turbo sound on exterior cameras. There's a better distance scale and audio positioning for opponents, and the opponent volume for turbo and backfire. And that is it. That is your update 0.2 for Assetto Corsa Evo. So it was quite a beefy update, but what do you think about it? If you have had a go of it since the update went live on Wednesday, what are you thinking? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful and informative, and like to see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. If you're new here, I cover the latest news and updates on racing and simulation. So if that interests you, stick around and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.